Welcome to Learn Africa. Today we explore Rwanda, a nation whose story stands as one of the most remarkable transformations in modern history. Rwanda is a country that carries deep pain, powerful lessons, and extraordinary hope. It is a place where tragedy reshaped a people and where determination rebuilt a nation. To understand Rwanda is to understand resilience, unity, and the courage to move forward without forgetting the past. Rwanda is a small landlocked country in East Africa, but its impact and identity extend far beyond its size. It is often called the Land of 1,000 Hills, a name that perfectly reflects its landscape. Rolling green hills stretch endlessly across the horizon, rising and falling like waves frozen in time. Valleys cut gently between them, and mist often settles over the land in the early morning. This geography has shaped Rwanda's history, its communities, and even its mindset. The hills brought people closer together, creating strong local ties and shared ways of life. Long before colonial powers arrived, Rwanda was already a well-organized and highly centralized state. The ancient kingdom of Rwanda was one of the most structured political systems in pre-colonial Africa. It was ruled by a king known as the Mwami, whose authority extended across the land. Governance was deeply rooted in tradition, loyalty, and social order. Communities were connected through systems of mutual obligation, where responsibilities and protection flowed between leaders and the people. This early structure created a strong sense of national identity long before modern borders existed. Rwandan society before colonization was complex and layered. Social groups existed, but they were not fixed in the way later narratives would suggest. Identity was shaped by culture, cattle ownership, and social status, rather than rigid ethnic definitions. People lived side by side, intermarried, and shared language, beliefs, and customs. The Rwandan identity was unified through shared history and allegiance to the kingdom. Everything began to change with the arrival of European colonial powers. First came German rule, followed by Belgian control after the First World War. Colonial administration reshaped Rwanda's social and political structures in lasting ways. Identities that were once fluid became rigid and institutionalized. Colonial authorities introduced identity cards and reinforced divisions, favoring some groups over others. These policies planted seeds of inequality and resentment that would grow over decades. Under Belgian rule, power structures were manipulated to serve colonial interests. Education, employment, and political access were distributed unevenly. Differences were exaggerated and hardened into ethnic categories. What had once been a shared national identity was slowly fractured. When colonial rule ended, Rwanda inherited not only independence, but also deep divisions that had been deliberately created and intensified. These tensions would eventually explode into one of the darkest chapters in human history. In 1994, Rwanda experienced a genocide that shocked the world. In just 100 days, more than 800,000 people were brutally killed. Families were destroyed, communities were torn apart, and trust was shattered. Neighbors turned against neighbors, and the nation descended into unimaginable violence. This tragedy left scars that could never fully heal, yet it also forced Rwanda to confront the consequences of division and hatred. The genocide was not a sudden event without warning. It was the result of years of propaganda, political manipulation, and unresolved historical wounds. Fear was weaponized, and ordinary people were pushed into committing extraordinary cruelty. The international community largely failed to act, leaving Rwanda isolated in its darkest hour. When the violence finally ended, the country lay in ruins, physically, emotionally, and morally. In the aftermath, Rwanda faced an impossible question. How does a nation rebuild when its people are both victims and perpetrators? How does justice exist without destroying any chance of peace? How does a society learn to live together again after such deep trauma? Rwanda chose a path that focused on accountability, truth, and reconciliation, rather than revenge. Community-based courts known as Gakaka were introduced to address the overwhelming number of genocide cases. These courts allowed communities to confront the past openly. Perpetrators were encouraged to confess, ask for forgiveness, and face consequences. Survivors were given space to speak, to be heard, and to reclaim dignity. It was not an easy process, and it was not perfect, but it allowed Rwanda to move forward without burying the truth. Memorials were built across the country to honor the victims and preserve memory. These sites serve as places of mourning, reflection, and education. They remind future generations of the cost of hatred and the importance of unity. Remembrance became a national responsibility, ensuring that the genocide would never be denied, minimized, or forgotten. Reconciliation in Rwanda was not only about the past, it was also about the future. Policies were introduced to remove ethnic labels from public life. National identity was emphasized over division. Education focused on shared history and collective responsibility. Unity and reconciliation programs encouraged dialogue, healing, and cooperation at every level of society. Over time, Rwanda began to change. Today, the country is often cited as one of Africa's most remarkable development stories. It is known for safety, cleanliness, and effective governance. Streets are orderly, public spaces are respected, and community service is a national practice. Rwanda's leadership placed strong emphasis on discipline, accountability, and long-term planning. The capital city, Kigali, reflects this transformation clearly. Once deeply affected by violence, it is now one of the cleanest and safest cities in Africa. Modern buildings stand alongside markets and neighborhoods full of life. Innovation hubs, tech centers, and young entrepreneurs point toward a future driven by knowledge and creativity. Rwanda's economy has grown steadily over the years. Agriculture remains an important foundation, supporting rural communities and food security. At the same time, tourism has become a major source of income. Visitors are drawn by Rwanda's natural beauty, wildlife, and powerful history. Technology and services are expanding, supported by investments in education and digital infrastructure. One of Rwanda's greatest conservation success stories lies in its wildlife protection efforts. Mountain gorillas, once critically endangered, have made a remarkable recovery. Volcanoes National Park is home to these gentle giants. Strict conservation policies, community involvement, and responsible tourism have helped protect both animals and livelihoods. Gorilla trekking has become a symbol of how conservation and development can work together. Rwanda's natural attractions extend beyond wildlife. Lake Kivu offers calm beauty along the western border, with peaceful waters and scenic views. Lake Kivu provides space for rest, reflection, and tourism. Cultural sites, museums, and memorials offer deeper understanding of Rwanda's journey and identity. What makes Rwanda truly remarkable is not only its progress, but its mindset. The country chose unity over division, responsibility over blame, and vision over despair. It continues to face challenges, but its direction is clear. Rwanda is building a future shaped by lessons from its past rather than imprisoned by them. Rwanda's story teaches the world that recovery is possible, even after unimaginable tragedy. It shows that reconciliation is not forgetting, but remembering with purpose. It reminds us that nations, like people, can choose growth over hatred and hope over fear. Rwanda stands today as a testament to human resilience and the power of collective will. Thank you for watching. Learn Africa. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.